Okay, so a lot of questions here are multiplication facts, right? How to master them. So first of all, I'm not one of those that thinks that you shouldn't memorize your multiplication facts. You should memorize it, right? And here's the reason why. The reason why I'm saying you should memorize it is because you could argue that you can use repeated addition and all of that, but when you're actually doing you'll be frustrated if you don't know them, right? So memorize them. It's good to understand it, be able to do it back and forth, and we have systems of teaching all of that, but personally I also teach you how to memorize it, and I teach you how to memorize it just like any other thing. One, we have to have so focus more on consistency, right? So if you can put in 40 minutes on working on your tables every day, you would learn it in a month, 30 days or less. Just a month. You see all that back and forth you've been having, it will be done in a month, right? That's one. But then, secondly, you can have multiple things you can do to just help the child master the tables that could be exciting. So one of the things I like to do is we'd go together, maybe get cards or hard paper or something, and then cut out flashcards together. We'll do it together, right? And then we'll do 1 times table, 2 times table, 3 times table, and then each time you learn a new part. So I will give it, study, up to maybe 2 times 1 to 2 times 6. When you study it, we begin to go back and forth. I'll show you the front, you tell me the back. I'll show you the back, you tell me the front. That way, you're already learning division, right? We could even play games with it, where anyone I show you that you get, I keep as yours. Anyone I show you that you miss, I keep as mine. That way, so just have interesting games that you can play with the multiplication tables over and over again. Another app I'll recommend greatly that is available on the Play Store. I don't think it's on the App Store, but it's on the Play Store. Is Multiplication Tables by Pavel Olegovich. It's by a Russian guy, and it's a very brilliant app. It allows you to study the tables. It has 3 levels of activities that you can work on. Again, Multiplication Tables by Pavel Olegovich. Another thing I do is, you see, with the tables, right, it might look like, so that you don't give up, it might look like you've not made any progress in the first 3 days. Maybe you're practicing every day for 40 minutes and all of that. But the idea is that, when they learn 2 times table to maybe 2 times 1 to 2 times 12, and as a student masters that completely, that student has learned 3 times 2, 4 times 2, 5 times 2, 6 times 2, 7 times 2, 8 times 2, and all of that, right? Remember that 10 times table is a given, 11 times table is a given, 5 is usually also a given, right? So you find out that once the child has mastered up to 4, a child that knows 2 times table, 3 times table, 4 times table, 5 is a given. By the time you're doing 6, you're only going to be learning 6 times 6, 6 times 7, 6 times 8, 6 times 9. For 10, 11 is a given. 12, usually they just pick it up because it's the last thing, right? So they just pick it up. So I'm just saying that by the time the child learns 6, 7, they are done. Everything else is just, okay, when you're learning your 8 times table, you only need to learn 2 facts because it goes back and forth. I also like the flashcards, like I said, because if I show you the back and the back says 24, for instance, right? Then they'll have to tell me 3 times 8. They'll have to tell me 6 times 4. They'll have to tell me 2 times 12. So they're already learning prime factor and factorization, the factors of numbers. They're already learning their division. So use your flashcards like I've described. I also have a document that I can share with you if you want to, have that will just guide you. It's a document that I drew up to guide you on different activities you can use to practice. So just reach out to us and then we'll send that across.